intention and it worked.
It would not work unless that's what he wanted to do. You cannot make anybody do something they don't want to do. You cannot make them walk down that aisle.
Women have the power to do that. That's what we just said.
No, I said they can manipulate. Welcome to Truth at the Table. This is our very first episode. We are so glad that you tuned in and that you joined us. Just to give you a little background on what this whole thing is about, we're just a bunch of young adults. And the interesting about this particular show is where it's uncensored, we're wide open, transparent. We're not trying to cut any corners. We're not trying to hide anything under the rug. We just want to, chop it up, have real conversation, and of course, from a Christian point of view. Right now, we live in a world, a society where everyone has their own version of truth. Your truth, my truth, everybody got a truth. But at the end of the day, for us Bible-believing, Jesus-believing people, we know that there's one truth. Amen. That truth is God's truth. Amen. So, that being said, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Vanessa. Yeah, we could just go around.
Okay, my name is Peter Gay, but I'm Peter because call me Peter.
My name is Eddie Gunter. What's up?
My name is Ethan Taylor.
Okay, I'm Stacy Walker.
And I'm Tashana or Tashani.
All right, so guys, this is our cast tonight.
Yeah.
Right? So tonight, very interesting topic. Well, I think it's very interesting. It is. It's really very controversial. Can a woman make a man marry her?
No, you guys have a good
Story done. No, dropping the mic.
Nothing to talk about after that.
No.
So, is there like a secret, like a little chemistry plan or something? I don't know.
Well, here's my thing, if I could start off.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us.
Many people I've heard already say no, they can't. My first initial thought was like, no, listen, especially from a man, you can't make us do anything, all right? When whatever we want, that's what we want. And you don't have to convince a man of what he wants, all right? He will go after it because, by nature, we're hunters, so that's just how I believe. However, I started to thinking on the question, one of those things that there's rules, like there's exceptions, and so generally speaking, I'll say no, but there has been some cases where I feel that has happened. Case in point, all right? And we all young adults here, so just gonna lay it out right there. I know somebody.
You're young
Anyway, I know a guy, a friend, that he was a virgin and everything, and so he was green, right? And one of the things is that his very first girlfriend that he ever had, right? And I know we're all Christians, but we all know that we don't always walk in the light as we supposed to, right? So this young lady definitely wanted him. I definitely wanted him, and being that it was his first girlfriend, he was like head over heels, and I was trying to talk to him to yo, all right, slow down, it's all great and everything, but he wanted to get married, but he was still just kind of just teetering. And what she did is that they took before the whole thing could I feel that when they went out on a trip by himself, she put it on him, and then all of a sudden he was sprung, and he ended up marrying her. So I'm there thinking that, listen, that's a case that happened. That, listen, if you get somebody that's green or a guy that is just not sure of himself, he can be manipulated, and those are, again, I know it's an exception.
Yeah, it's an exception.
But I think with that, but just got one example.
Did you hear the word you
the
used?
keyword,
The keyword is
manipulation.
manipulation.
But
Yeah.
it
It wasn't
forced them to do manipulate. What do you do to manipulate?
I don't want to
It
live with
wasn't
somebody
organic.
But yeah, and
meaning
so
down the road.
yeah.
But the question is not if you want to. It's like saying, can a woman? Can y'all do that?
But-
and y'all women know y'all can
I think
manipulate.
it's the word make
Manipulate,
too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can't make somebody. You can probably do things to show, oh wow, this is the person I want to be with,
Can't make
but
anybody do nothing.
not like
But,
make.
yeah,
But that could
No.
easily backfire too.
yeah.
Because
Right.
if you're talking about a Christian or, I don't want to say a real man of God, but if you're talking about somebody that's really serious about their walk with God, and now this woman that I'm fond of and I'm thinking about a relationship with, now you done threw it all on me. I'm like, wait a minute. And I fell. So now every time I see you, I see the sin I committed versus the woman I'm trying to marry. I mean, and that's just another side of looking at it.
But see, with that being said, if you go back to the beginning, she had to have something from the beginning that he likes. Because I've heard this thing where men say they know within the first 5 minutes whether you're wifey or concubine.
For sure.
And so if you're in that line, because something drew him to her in the beginning, the fact that they were talking, that they were dating. So if a man literally is like, okay, if I already see you as one thing, as a concubine or somebody I'm just playing around with, then I'm just wasting time with you. Do you guys know initially, are you going to be a time waster or this has potential? Do you do it in that way? Because if that's the case, then it's not necessarily manipulation. You're kind of waiting and testing her and doing the rings like, okay, can she do this? Because you have men say a lot of different things too. You have some men, even alleged Christian men was like, oh, you gotta test it first, and and those they still need Jesus, just so you know. I don't know who said that. They say that they still need Jesus. All right, they still work. God's working on them, but at the same time, it had to be some initial. So does that go with the concubine or wife status?
I don't actually agree with that. Your assessment of that. I'm gonna tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because people change.
True.
That's what I'm learning. Most people, when you first meet them, that's the interview person. That's the person gonna get the job. I smell good. I look good. I'm gonna say what I gotta say to get the job. It's when you hire them after that probation period. When they know they qualify for unemployment, they don't mind, getting something out of it. So I don't. Not people have had love at first sight. I just don't agree with the overall assessment of that. I think you need to. First of all, I think a lot of people need to learn how to be friends first, and then develop relationships. A lot of times, I see something I like. Oh, I want to date her. You don't know her. She just looks like what you want to date, but you don't know that's what you really want to date. Right? By just looking at it, cars you can look at and say I want that car, but people you shouldn't do that.
But you don't know who you want to date until you date them.
Hey, that's
You
what I was
gotta
gonna
date.
say.
Dating is a healthy thing to do as long as you're doing it in the bounds of what is considered what the Bible would want us to do. You don't want to just tie yourself down to no one or one person and then call it courting or dating. You're not really getting to know anyone at all. But what I was going to say was that there are instances where men they will be with someone for years, 5 years, 3 years, even get engaged, ready to get married. Know within that something's a little off.
Yeah.
Something like, I love this girl. I do care about her. I genuinely enjoy what we have going on. But because of outside situations, her family, friends, this, that, they will continue to go forward knowing inwardly this is not the person. And sometimes they'll break up. They'll break up before they reach that point, and then they will meet someone, and in a week, 3 weeks later, they propose and they get married. It's fine because it felt right. The whole point was when God made Adam first, he took out a piece of Adam to make us women. So men know where their missing piece is, and once it gets together. So if there was, everybody got a rib, but that don't mean it fit my side.
That's true.
So you don't know if that rib fits your side until you make that connection, which is dating, and then you realize that ain't it. But she could have real good, so I'm gonna stay. Or that ain't it, but she throw it back in a circle. So there's different reasons people stay for longevity of what they're getting out of it, or just fear of being lonely, or wanting companionship, or whatever they're getting out of it. But a lot of times you're like, whoa, he was cheating on her. How you got married so quick? It might not even be this. He might have just saw her, and it might not even be that. It's just that the rib fit as soon as they made that connection. And
Yeah, but then just to harp on what you said, about sometimes, you know, they throw it back in the circle and they just like, is that actually making somebody, again, what if you meet someone at their weakest point and you're able to feel that, like some people could see that, and with some, like, and since we're talking about women, seeing if that they could force a man to do that, with women being very, I guess you guys have that discernment, you know, you guys claim to have that discernment. Some women could see that, like, all right, I see this man, you know, he needs this, so let me be that so that I could get them. Wouldn't that qualify as making them do?
No, that's the problem. I feel like as women, they go out of their way to
Their comfort.
to put forth this effort to be what they think this is what men want. And I'm gonna give you all wife qualities. I could cook, I could clean, I could do this, da 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 da. Not realizing that it's not our job to hunt or to be, it's our job to just focus on us. And as a man, he will come find you and be there. And there's nothing more you literally, there are women who are married that can't cook or clean or do nothing, and they are married.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and just to disclaimer, that's not like a prerequisite for marriage. Like, I need to be able to cook and clean and do anything to be a good wife or to
You don't
be
even gotta
married.
throw it back in the circle.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, I mean, with that being said, though, is there a tactic? Okay, because see, we're not just talking about regular people, regular women going out here just trying to date and be on the scene and get a husband. We're talking about godly women, and we're trying to say godly men. So, is there a way? Have we now tried to do it like the world do it?
Yeah,
and that's why we're failing, because that's not the way God intended us to do
Absolutely.
it. So, like, and that's a good thing what you said. One of the things is, and this is what I want to say, even about feeling. Marriage is not a decision to make on emotion. It is not a feeling. It is literally a decision that you choose to make. So regardless if you, and again, if you come in with the value system, and again, some women, and like you said, some people are in a vulnerable state and you're feeling lonely, and sometimes you get desperate. And I've seen that in an instance, in time and time, where you, especially when it comes to, you know, young women of God, they'll be holding on and holding on and holding on, but then when they start getting up a little bit in age, they start to lower standards, and then they start saying, you know what, let me just catch somebody and bring them in, and
As long as they're breathing, Lord.
as long as they breathing, I'll take them. Oh, they don't even have to have all their teeth anymore. Lord. They don't even have to believe everything that I believe.
I'll pick them up at the bus.
Yes, and so, and this is where the issue comes. But you know, deep down, like you said something, you like that feeling, you always know, even when you going through your stuff, even when you young, even when you like, no, something's not right. And again, you have to, but like I said, and we talk about this all the time, and he couldn't make it tonight, my boo thing. And so, just to let you guys know, this is a dynamic. We have a diverse group here. We have singles, married, divorced, before, you know, after, in relationship, out of relationship. We have everything here tonight. At the end of the day, it's your choice, and you know when something's not right. Like, you'll literally be like, nah, this ain't good, but I'm gonna do it. But what happened is, he says that women, when we open it up, when we open that love, we can't turn it off. So it doesn't matter how much we're adaptable. Once we open the heart, we will adapt to anything. We're okay. He beat me, but I love me. Oh, one day he'll get it right. And that's one of the things. We gotta be very careful, ladies. What we do, we gotta guard our heart, because it comes with all the issues, and we're not the same. And this is what he's trying to get me. Women and men are not the same. They can literally, even though they'll be hurt, they can do their thing, but they can cut it off. We hold that thing forever. I don't know what you guys said. I don't know what the men hold. And then, yes, men have emotions. Men cry too. But you can get over it. And you'll be like, you know what? Once you cut it off, you cut it off. Women is a different thing. I mean, from in elementary, when we get with a boy, I'm thinking marriage. Girls are not prone to think I'm thinking of Paul, Tita, and his. I'm like, this is gonna be, this is my boo. We gonna be here forever. This is it. But not boys. Boys are like, I'm experiencing. I love you right now, because you can definitely love the girl right then. But once you go that mile or go far, something that girl turn off and get killed. Ooh, look at Shauna. Shauna over there. She went. And this is what happens. So I'm saying, ladies, you gotta. You know.
I think the overall issue as well is that people are treating and loving each other how they want to be treated and loved. So as women, we will pour into someone the same love and magnitude of what we feel, and then you get frustrated.
Yeah.
So it goes back to, can you make someone?
Yes.
You can't make do. Nobody, and a lot of you like to quote and say this, nobody can make me do nothing I don't want to do. Okay, so then why do you think you can make him marry you? You can pour out your soul, do everything, and treat him how you would like to be treated, but that is not how any of this works. Everybody has different things they need.
Make and manipulate the same. I mean, we.
Yeah, this is.
But
that's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying.
You
You
can't
manipulate them into doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're asking.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's making them. But who wants
To
a
be
relationship?
Right.
That's why
God
God
got
excited
it
for
for
you.
her.
But
He just did it because I made him. No,
Yeah.
no.
But however you
'Cause
get
that's-
a relationship is how you keep the relationship.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Whatever,
To
however
manipulate
the
it.
Yes.
relationship starts, that thing gotta keep going. So throughout your whole marriage, you're gonna be manipulating this man. And to be honest, no
That's what I
woman, no matter
Okay,
how
good.
you see the woman, no woman wants no softy guy.
Yeah.
You don't want no guy that you can just manipulate and walk over at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So
I was just thinking the question of like, yeah, of course we shouldn't, but is it possible? And so the answer, we have a general consensus of saying yes, it's possible.
So I hear a lot of people saying that you see signs when they're first dating that they just say, hey, we should get married. But what do you say about the people who they did everything right dating wise and then they got married and then the person changed on them?
Free will change. Yeah, that's true. At the end of the day,
Free will.
you always, but see, then that goes into that's an internal question because, like, again, we have to continue to eat daily to renew our minds. So keep this faith going because you're not the same person every 5 years. Talking from it because in December I'll be married 16 years, and I can tell you, every 5 years we change. And the thing
but
is,
fundamentally,
baseline,
fundamentally, no matter how much you change
Yeah.
throughout your life, and yeah, I might get a little wiser. Things I might like now is different than the things I liked in my 20s. But fundamentally, I'm still the same person. And you telling me that when you were dating me, if there was red flags, there was red flags with the fundamentals.
Yes.
It wasn't that surface stuff
Yeah, yeah.
that you was red flagging.
Yeah.
It was that stuff that you know can mess up your whole life, and you're
Yeah.
like, wait, that something's wrong, but you keep going.
But
Can I ask a question?
Good.
I know a lot of people say they were fine dating because they felt like they had their space, but when they brought their spaces together, it changed them.
All day.
Now, how do you? Let's say you really because you stayed at my house and we knew something gonna happen. So you stay at your house, stay at my house, so we get married, but we live together. Then we realize how do you?
I
Okay,
can
so let's
take
just
that.
start. So who's the
Yes.
married? Like, so who's the married?
But it's
folk
about
individual?
Yeah.
when you have
Am I
two.
part
I
of it?
can really know. I can really
I
get
know.
Because
down.
I hear that's a lot of people
If you
hear.
have
like,
if you have
sometimes.
two, you still have that connection, right?
Yes.
To become one, if you have a rib that is broken out of you and it needs to now be set into you, does it automatically just set right away? Isn't there some pain, discomfort?
Oh yeah, it's growth.
Before
Oh
it
my
can
God.
set.
For sure.
It takes anything you injure in your body, it takes a year for it to completely heal.
Yes.
So if it takes a year for that to heal and you guys just freshly
Give them
got together,
scientific over here. Come on now.
it's going to take at least a year for those growing pains because you grew up your way all your life. I grew up my way all my life.
Yeah, sure.
And now we together in this house. I don't care if the seat is up or down, but what you're not gonna do is have stuff spilled all over that mirror, over the sink. Everybody has their thing. But when you have to realize, is this worth an argument or is this worth a discussion or is this something that I can let go? Because I don't wanna completely make you feel like you're on eggshells and what's going on with you. We're just two people becoming one body. And you don't come one body overnight. That's why you need that cohesiveness, and that's why there's problems in churches, breaking apart, everybody branching out, because you're not. But if you realize that one focus is Jesus, then you guys can cohesively live together in that home and grow if your main focus is always him and not you or myself.
Well, I have a
It's
question. Speaking of manipulation, so I can tell. So she like a queen now. I know she want that mirror done, right? I'm exaggerating. But so is it manipulated if I came to her house every time I came to her house, she know I like to clean house, that she cleaned, and then when we moved, we got married and stuff, then she wasn't really clean, but she only did that. Is that manipulation? Because now did she make me want to marry her? But then I got married.
It's no fronting.
No, yeah, right, yeah. And those are things that do come up, but there are still going to be things that don't, because it's just like a roommate. You get people, best friends, you move together. Anytime you coming from one place, that doesn't matter any type of relationship, you got to adjust to the person.
Right.
Now, case in point, me and my husband,
When I tell you, now I'm not gonna tell you, hands down, courtship was the best. All right, same values, same this, same goals, same dreams, blah, blah, blah. Courtship, amazing. And then I try to do one thing, they tell you always gotta get the other person mad so you can see what they're capable of when they get mad. Did all that. Okay, I can handle this. This is great. Amazing. Moving together. Now, guess what? We're two cultures. We're differently. He's Jamaican, I'm American. Everybody have different things and they have brought up seats. Now, I come from a broken home, one parent home. He comes from a 2-parent home. So let me tell you, it didn't take 1 year. I'm the rib, I'm the thick, I'm the glue that turns it all and sticks it together. But I can tell you one thing. Let me tell you something. We was flexing. What? Oh my God. Listen.
Well, I already see that some of the Jamaican culture has even impacted you because you said brought up seat.
Right.
So, we know there's some kind of future. Shout out to
because women are adaptable, and we do. And if you want to say who did the most compromising, I did, because I engulfed his world. My world became bye, and I actually did. It really did. And I had familiar problems. I had all kinds of and it is what it is. But again, at the end of the day, this is my new family now, and I'm going to make it work. And at the end of the day, we still there's an ordership, and I don't want my man to be a man. I'm not like, so yes, we had some compromise and we had some rough roads, and there were things, and I was always who I was in the beginning. So like what you said, see, I didn't front. If I pass gas in front of you, I pass gas from day one. It wasn't like, no, what you call it? I eat chicken, my food fall. I'm not the cleanest, cutest eater. Like, I'm not that prissy. I'm not that girl. Okay, as y'all can see, we ain't even gonna go there. But and so I was her always. So if you get mad about it later, bruh, I ain't front. You already know who this was.
So is the difference?
No, I feel like there's a difference because when you now become, and because I'm gonna always bring it back.
Bring it back.
When you come and you have a relationship with Christ, there are things that you don't like to do or want to do, but you know it pleases God.
Exactly.
So it's not a matter of you trying to manipulate.
It's a compromise because I know you are
trying to please God because
you.
you know it makes His heart glad.
Yes.
When I have my spouse, there might be things that I don't like to do, but I know it pleases Him. But the problem is we are trying to do these pleasing with a boyfriend or dating. When
Come
you
on,
are not
who is that? Giving that free meal.
When you are my husband,
yes, darling, yes.
Then I will compromise.
There you go.
To be submissive to my leader of my household.
Okay, hold up.
To please
there you
him.
go. Oh, Lord.
But you are my boyfriend.
That's not the topic tonight, brother. I know where
you're going. Right now.
And then I got right now. To just go on that and stay on that. If we are courting, and and I always hear that scripture, he that findeth the wife.
Find a good thing.
Yes. Shouldn't you be acting somewhat as a wife for me to? And I'm not talking about no better. I'm just talking about there's certain things of wife quality that I will say, you know what? Yeah.
That was our first episode of Truth at the Table. You just saw Can a Woman Make a Man Marry You? And I thought it was very, very interesting. As you can see, everyone had a little something to put in there. You can't make anyone do anything that they don't want to do. No. Right? No.
Especially men. No matter how hard you try, you can't. We gotta want it. But we'll just let y'all,
For sure.
So listen, I know right at the end when it's about to cut off, you're like, wait a minute, they didn't tell me. I want to know. You have to come back to our next show.
That's right.
To see it. All right. So, can you get a man to marry you? The brother said no, but she could, as he would say, manipulate you to do so. So we don't know. And stay tuned if you want to find out.
Stay tuned, y'all.
Yeah, stay tuned. Tune in next week, Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow us on Instagram, like, comment, share. People share. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. All the tidbits, all the videos, all the episodes, everything you want to see is on there.
Can't wait to see y'all. All right, tune back in.
At the table.
Meet us at the table, y'all. Meet us at the table.